Hello everyone and welcome to this new edition of Esravision on this glorious winter's day. Let's begin with a visit to Megemeria, where ESRA's marine science project encourages talented youngsters, to fulfill their potential.
שלום, שמי שי. באתי לפרויקט חדש ששמו מדעי הים. כשבאתי לפרויקט הזה מאוד נרגשתי והסתקרנתי. שנלמד יותר על הים, על אוכלוסיות הדגים ממינים, סוגים שונים.
It's never too late to face challenges, according to Esravision's Maddie Levine. 4 years ago, she had us holding our breath as she literally teetered at the edge of a cliff. Now for the completion of the story. Hold tight.
I'd like to introduce Naomi, my daughter, who's a trained instructor of rappelling. We're here today at the north in a place called Delton. Rappelling is an extreme sport. It allows you to test yourself and see what challenges you're really willing to face. It was developed as a way for hikers not to have to circumvent trails because of a mountain or cliff, and for the thrill of doing something a little more challenging. Now, why would I want to do something like this? Well, I'm a survivor of breast cancer, and as a result, I have a new attitude towards life. I decided that I would try things I don't ordinarily do. Living is for now. I seek out all the things I like to do, the people I want to be with, and activities that stimulate me. Being with my family as often as I can is priority, but the thing that makes life so special is setting up new challenges and goals for myself that keep me fit, healthy, and fun. There are 2 ropes that attach to the belay loop from 2 different anchors. One of the ropes is called the safety rope, which the instructor controls, my daughter. She's the one who's actually controlling the descent. The other rope is called the rappelling rope, which is the one you use to lower yourself down the cliff.
What I understand, right, if you don't look down, you won't actually fall, right?
You lower yourself over the cliff by moving the rope through its loop while having your legs on the rocks, and you slowly walk down backwards. You are perpendicular to the side of the cliff. My son Noah's going down first so he can meet me down there. Now it's my turn. Here we go.
Put your hand here, okay? But I want you to hold it this way. It'll be much easier if you hold it this way. Lean a little back. I'm holding you right now. Lean back. Lean back. See how I'm holding you? You can't move.
I'm leaning.
You feel that? I'm holding you. You feel that you can't go anywhere?
If I go, you're going to come with me.
Come on now.
Gotcha. Gotcha, but you have to trust your harness. You have to sit on your harness, otherwise nothing's gonna move. Just sit on your harness. Sit back on your harness.
Perfect, good.
Yeah,
Your
just like
legs
that.
a little
Now
wider
start
apart.
lowering yourself. Start lowering
You know
yourself.
what? Can you say that? Hold my hips so tightly that I feel like it's somebody's going.
Put your feet.
Okay, I got down.
I swear it's easy. The hardest part is going over the cliff. You get over the cliff and you're fine.
I don't think it's gonna happen, Noah.
Matt, you have to hold the rope.
Good. One more step.
As I said, living is for now, and I was really in the moment. Even though I didn't go down the mountain, it was great just to be here.
Keep on sitting. Keep on.
It's never too late to face challenges. At 65, this couldn't be any better. Carpe diem, as my son would say.
Yay! Shake that booty.
Our next piece takes us behind the scenes of a unique social business that was created by a leading jewelry company especially to help Ethiopian immigrants to Israel.
As soon as these fine pearls and gemstones are strung into necklaces, they'll be shipped abroad and sold in exclusive stores around the world. In fact, for the last 26 years, the Ivel factory has produced some of the finest jewellery on the market. Yet most consumers have no idea that the people making this jewellery are immigrants with a dream. Not least Isaac Levy, who founded Ivel with his wife Orna.
I was born in Buenos Aires, and when I was 4.5 years old, my family came to Jerusalem. It was a pretty tough childhood, and I think that it was an obvious thing that I was looking to do my personal tikkun olam.
Because of his own difficult early years, Isaac Levy's tikkun olam, which means repairing the world, is to do all he can to help new immigrants integrate into Israeli society. That's why 90% of all Ivel employees are new or veteran immigrants.
We always look at everything in life. What's the next level? The next level was really building a school that was totally dedicated to the most vulnerable community in Israel today.
In 2010, the Levys opened the Megemeria School of Jewellery and Art, especially for Ethiopian immigrants. Megemeria is the Amharic word for Genesis, to symbolize new beginnings.
לא היה לי מקצוע וגם לא היה לי עבודה במסגרת, הייתי עובדת בניקיון. ונתן לי הזדמנות באיבל, וקיבלתי המקצוע הזאת, באמת אני עובדת במקצוע הזה, אני מקווה להמשיך כך.
Realizing that there won't be a way for us to keep absorbing tens of new students into Ivel, we opened for them a company that belongs to them, that calls Megemeria. It's a social business more than anything else.
The company is run by the students, with help from Ivel and from Yedid, the non-profit association for community empowerment. The Megemeria collection has its own distinct style, inspired by Ethiopian culture, traditions and language.
I hate when people come and copy our products, but this is really one of the products that I would be proud and I would be more than happy to sit and teach them how to copy. Take the concept, take that format and build it in their own business.
I'm sure you'll agree that Jerusalem is beautiful at any time of the year, but the Ice Festival really made it sparkle.
In the center over there with the pandas and the giraffes. It's amazing, really. Amazing job somebody did here. (1,500 square meters in minus 10 degrees. This is the biggest indoor ice festival in the world.
I love that it's based on books. One-of-a-kind experience. Very special, very unique.
We brought 7,000 blocks of ice, three kinds, crystal ice, white ice and color ice.
I didn't even know ice can be in different colors. This is phenomenal.
I'm surprised that it's real and it feels real in the bones and everything. It's freezing here, but it's amazing.
Just last month, thousands of us couldn't get to work because of the floods. That should make us even more aware of the changing climate. Professor Pinchas Alpert gave us the Jewish perspective on the subject. We're dedicating this piece in memory of the late Morris Shlomovich, who was an Esravision member and produced the film. I'm very honored to be speaking to Dr. Pinchas Alpert, who is the head of the Porter School Environmental Studies at Tel Aviv University. Hello, Dr. Alpert, Professor Alpert.
Thank you.
We hear the term global warming dangers. What does it mean to a person like me, to a regular man in the street?
It depends where you live. Now, in every place, in every region, it's going to have different consequences and different impacts. There are locations in the world which are going to suffer a lot, like some islands in the Pacific Ocean, which are going to simply disappear with the rise of the ocean, the rise of the level of the water. There are other places like Israel and the Middle East who is going to suffer from less rainfall and more heavy rainfall. It goes together. Extreme weather is going to be more typical.
Israel is such a small country and we have so many, so few people. Can we do anything to change what the world seems not to be able to do?
The United Nations asked from several of the religions to to formulate a standpoint, and a Jewish Climate Initiative is a group of rabbis, of scientists, who are going to formulate the Jewish viewpoint or the Jewish standpoint on this issue.
There is a single Jewish standpoint on this issue?
No, there are, if you ask different rabbis, you will get different answers. But there are things that can be agreed by all rabbis.
For example, if you could give me
For example, take the Shabbat. We had a meeting with the Minister of Environment, Gilad Erdan. One of his maybe humoristic proposals was that we all start keep Shabbat. Because when you keep Shabbat, one day of rest, you don't drive and you don't consume of nature so much. Okay, we eat meat, but this is not necessary. By the way, reducing the meat consumption is one of the steps to be taken to reduce the carbon pollution of the world. We are now living in a system, in a culture which is carbon very strongly based on injection of a lot of carbon into the atmosphere. Each of us is responsible in Israel today to about 10 tons per person on the average of carbon injection or equivalent carbon injection into the atmosphere. Indeed, when God created man, He took him and showed him all the trees in the Eden, and He told him, see how nice and beautiful are what I did in this world. Keep attention not to spoil and destroy the world, because if you do, there is nobody that will correct it after you. This was written about 2,000 years ago, and it really reflects what's happening now. I really believe that not only me, but as a large consensus of scientists, that we are going to do terribly for this world if we continue in the accelerated use of carbon. It is very difficult to do it. It is a change of behavior. It is very difficult to decide that one day a week I will not travel, I will sit at home, learn with my kids, go to the synagogue is also good, not to consume so much meat, bal tashchit, which is also a Jewish command.
Would you explain that?
Do not destroy a tree even during the war. In the Bible it's written even during the war. Unless it is absolutely necessary to save lives, of course. But the Torah tells us, לא תשחית את העצה לנדוח עליו גרזן, which means do not put an axe on a tree during the war, during the fight. There are many, many commands. There is a whole list prepared here by the Jewish Climate Initiative of many, many commands in the Bible. Look here, this list. I talked about Shabbat. I didn't talk about kashrut, about blessings, keeping kosher. Shemitah, the idea of Shemitah, which was written 4,000 years ago. Shemitah means 6 years you work your land, and in the 7th year you should not work your land. How could you do it? We are talking about an agricultural society. How could you do it? And the Torah discusses how you should do it. I will give you the blessing. And now we know that if you consume the nature to up to its end, you get less. You get less. Pollution. The Gemara in the Talmud, there's a lot of discussion about pollution. How to minimize the pollution. Tu Bishvat. Yovel. Once 49, you have like Shemitah every 7th year. And then once in the 50, after 7 times 7, you have another like big Shemitah.
Where you don't plant.
When you don't plant and you don't. So
all this was discussed. All this was written and discussed and known about thousands and thousands of years ago. And what you're saying is the world, we just ignored it and we let happen what happened.
Yes, we try to consume nature to the maximum. And these ideas tell us that you should be careful about what you take from nature and take only what you need, the minimum. To be humble with nature. This is the basic of all of the Jewish religion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
What have we done to the world? Look what we've done.
Time to chill out now with a song from a young singer and songwriter. We present Max Pinkin.
כל היום אני כמו משוגע, מתקשר אלייך את לא נעה. הנה עוד ערב אבוד, מסתכל על התקרה הלבנה, מתעלם מהשעון כל שעה. הנה עוד ערב אבוד, כל הלילה מתהפך במיטה, כל הלילה לא ישן לדקה, כל הלילה את לא מטלפנת, מתקלח ורואה חדשות, מחמם איזה מרק ופסעות. הנה עוד ערב אבוד, לא יודע מה לעשות עם עצמי, אם לקום או להישאר לידי. כל הלילה מתהפך במיטה, כל הלילה לא ישן לדקה, כל הלילה את לא מטלפנת, כל הלילה מתהפך במיטה, כל הלילה לא ישן לדקה, כל הלילה את לא מטלפנת, כל הלילה את לא מטלפנת, את חייבת לנסות להתקשר, עוד שנייה אני מתפורר. הנה עוד ערב אבוד,
Well, that's all we have time for today. I hope you enjoyed the program and that you'll be with us again next month. In the meantime, you can find our programs on Esravision's YouTube channel.